Well, hi folks, 2nd of March now. My onion sets have turned up, my heat treated onion sets, so I'm going to have to get them in. You might think it's a little bit early, but I've always put them in as soon as I get them. So we better get on and get them in. I'll just show you what we've got this year. So I've got 3 different types. I've got an early sort of normal coloured one, a late cropping normal one, and then we've got the red ones again. So these are heat treated. By that I mean that the producers have actually kept these in a certain amount of heat. I think it's about 75 degrees Fahrenheit or something for about 2 months, and what that does apparently is kills off, there's supposed to be an embryonic flower stem in the middle of all these, which can, under certain conditions, like when they get stressed, if it's a dry summer or, you know, all sorts of things like that, then send the flower shoot up, which ruins your onions. But because they've been heat treated, that actually kills that off. So they're not 100% guaranteed not to flower, but I very, very rarely get any that go to seed, no matter what sort of conditions we get in summer. So they do cost a bit more, but there's nothing worse than having a full crop that's ready to go, and then all of a sudden they all send up flower spikes, red ones especially. So I always spend a little bit more, get these heat treated ones, and we generally don't have any problems. So this is where I'm going to be planting them. I'm going to do 6 rows, 2 rows of each, 20 in each row, so 40 of each variety to start off with. And I'm also going to do a test. I'm going to do this half, which I've put fertilizer on. I've put my normal 4 ounces of blood fish and bone on, and then in that half over there I've not added any fertilizer whatsoever. So I'm going to do a bit of an experiment and see if there's any difference, and if so, what. Because if I don't need to use fertilizer, if my soil's rich enough, then that'll be another great success. So yeah, just got my little tape measure set up, planted them a foot apart in rows, and I'll be doing them 6 inch apart between the onion sets. So we'll get on and do that and show you how simple it is. Alright then folks, just show you how easy it is to plant these out. So you've got your little onion set there. If you see, there'll be an end, I can't see. There'll be an end there, the blunt end where the roots will come out, a pointy end with a little bit of growth on the top. That's where the leaves are going to come out. So it's just as simple as pushing these in. Every 6 inches I do them, you can do them 4 inches. Just pushing them in, blunt end down, so just the tips sticking through the surface. So it couldn't be easier. No need to dib any holes or anything like that. It's just a matter of just pushing them in. And then they should start sending roots out pretty quickly. They might not show any top growth for a week or 2, but if you come back within a week, they might, they'll probably be actually stuck into the soil. So now that I've got my little stepping stones, I can actually reach the middle without having to put a silly ladder on. So I'll just keep going. Like I said, couldn't be easier. Sticking them in every 6 inches until the top's just sticking through. 50, got to know your 6 times table. So that's where the end of the blood fish and bone goes. So anything after this will be unfertilised, so we'll see how they get on in comparison. Alright then folks, there we go, that's 120 or so onion sets put in. 60 in this half with blood fish and bone fertiliser, and then 60 in the other half without. So we'll see how we get on. I don't even think you can probably see it. No, just poking through, just sticking through, and that's it, that's all they need. So that's 120 of those. I've still got about, well, I'd say a good 60-70 left. So what I'll do with those, I'll just keep those back just in case the birds pinch some of the onion sets, which they have a tendency to do sometimes. They just like to pull them out for some reason, and some fly off with them. So It's always good to keep a few spare just to fill in any gaps. And then once they have established, what I'll do with these, I'll plant these really closely together in another part, maybe only 2 inches apart. So then we get a big crop of, you know, little tiny onions, which are all, you know, I would prefer them to be tiny, to be honest, than big ones, because they always store a lot better. So anyway, folks, that's just a quick little video of where we are today. Thought I'd make the most of this weather and get my onions in. So that's about it, folks. See you later.